Hello everyone. Welcome to the MOOC course about fast construction of fixed networks using microwave devices. After taking this course, you will be more familiar with fixed network microwave scenarios, solutions, and the benefits they provide to customers. The main focus of this course is the challenges that carriers face in fixed network backhaul, and the reason why we use microwave to construct fixed backhaul networks. First, let's look at some cases. A carrier in Saudi Arabia had a low fixed broadband penetration rate but a high up value. The integrated carrier wanted to build an MSAN network to develop fixed broadband and planned to invest several millions each year. However, the customer encountered the following difficulties in fiber deployment during the project implementation. First, it's difficult to obtain right-of-way permits. Each application is limited to 500 meters per section, and the right-of-way permit for some areas could not be obtained because they were private land. Second, construction progress was very slow, and landfill acceptance efficiency was 500 meters every 20 days. Moreover, the price was high, with an average cost of approximately $45,000 per kilometer. Because effective methods for resolving these issues were lacking, fibers for over 200 MSAN sites had not been deployed in 3 years. The investment failed to obtain customers and ROI. Some customers turned to the home broadband services of other carriers, which further impacted the ROI. The second case is fixed network construction of a mobile carrier in Central Asia. The carrier expected to develop fixed network services, attempted to construct MSAN and FTTH networks, and also encountered similar fiber issues. The resident country of the carrier requires that no more fiber should be deployed in regions with pre-existing fiber. This means that the carrier can only rent fibers, the cost of which is about $230 per kilometer a month. This was too costly for the carrier to develop stable services. The last case is about an emerging carrier in a country in the South Pacific who hoped to build a fixed network and to develop fixed network users by providing cost-effective FTTH services. However, the carrier had only a few fibers and had to rent a large number of fibers, complicating fiber management. The main difficulty the carrier faced was that faults on leased optical fibers were hard to recover. A third party needed to detect, locate, and recover the faults using OTDR devices, with the processing duration usually exceeding 24 hours. This affected customer experience, and the monthly deregistration rate reached 7%, which restricted customer service development. Now that we have learned about these cases, let's summarize the major challenges to carriers in the fixed network backhaul field. First, right-of-way permits are difficult to obtain since most regions are private land, and some countries have restrictions on repetitive fiber construction. As a result, it takes a very long time to obtain right-of-way permits. Second, fiber layout is slow. Fiber layout requires trench digging and burying. Thus, the entire process is complicated. Deployment progress is 10 to 15 meters each person per day. Third, fiber layout costs are high. These costs are mainly composed of fiber engineering costs and the costs for obtaining right-of-way. In general, costs are about $20,000 to $50,000 per kilometer. Finally, carriers also have to handle problems when renting third-party fibers, such as high fiber rental costs and uncontrolled resources. Once a fault occurs, the fault locating and recovery are not fully controllable, which will affect customer experience. Given these difficulties in fixed network backhaul, do we have good solutions that can help customers? The answer is yes. Microwave solutions can be considered in this scenario. They can help carriers resolve problems of difficult right-of-way permitting and slow fiber layout. As we know, microwave uses electromagnetic waves for transmission and therefore does not require any buried cables on the ground. Microwave requires application for frequency points, proper planning, and deployment of microwave devices at sites at both ends. Services can be provisioned after installation is completed. Ideally, service provisioning is achieved upon installation completion, and the project deployment requires only 1 day. This helps carriers to rapidly provision services and shorten TTM in order to obtain customers quickly. In addition, microwave can also help carriers resolve the issue of costly fiber layout. The costs of the traditional fiber solution mainly consist of the engineering layout and obtaining right-of-way. The major costs of the microwave solution come from device engineering and spectrum leasing. A comparison between the costs of the two solutions shows that the cost of the microwave solution is much lower than that of the fiber solution. Take Indonesia, for example. For a 3-kilometer distance, the microwave TCO is 58% lower than the fiber TCO over 5 years. To sum up, in the fixed network backhaul field, once fibers become the bottleneck of customer service development, we can consider using the microwave solution. This will help carriers rapidly achieve business objectives by greatly reducing their initial investment, implementing rapid and low-cost network construction, and quickly obtaining users.